Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to talk about the province of Chimborazo. So, first of all, we are going to watch a little video about a person that you might already know, and let's see it. And after that, we are going to do some reading and other activities.
High in the Andes Mountains of Ecuador, one man continues a centuries-old tradition of collecting ice from a glacier on the extinct volcano Chimborazo. His name is Baltazar Ushka, and he is the last hielero of Chimborazo. Before he can chop out the ice, Baltazar must travel over 9 kilometers to about 16,000 feet above sea level twice a week. Because of the invention of the refrigerator, there is no need for the iceman. Baltazar only continues his work because he loves being in the fields with the animals and climbing the mountain.
So here on the grass part of Chimborazo, Baltazar will cut out pieces of the grass so that he can then use that to preserve the ice and carry it down from the mountain. And it acts as an insulator so that he can keep the ice fresh for a day before he takes it to the market. Okay, so we're here now with Baltazar Ushka, and we're at the point where he collects his ice. So this is about 16,000 feet, and what he does is he chops away at the ice, and he cuts out about 60-pound blocks, maybe 6 of them, and then he takes them back down with his 3 mules. It's a lot of work. It takes about 4 hours just to get up here, and then he has to go back down the mountain. So as you can see, it's a lot of work, and he is the last person who does this of the entire culture.
With only rubber pants, a sweater, and a poncho, Baltazar works at chopping out blocks of ice. He then cuts them into smaller cubes and chops away the dirt. Once the ice is clean, he spends about 10 minutes on each block wrapping it securely in the grass and loading it on the donkeys. Then they must start back down the mountain. For all of his hard work, Baltazar only makes $2 per block of ice, and 50 cents per block of ice is charged to carry it to the market. In Ecuador, for Matador Travel, I'm John Brandt.
So, I want your opinions. What do you know about this man, or about what did you learn from the video?
Okay, so about the video, I learned that, well, obviously it is a really hard work to do, to climb up the mountain, to chop the ice, to pick it, and also to go down the mountain. But I think that it is something that is really, how do you say it? Well, that because it is a tradition, and he is one of the last men that does it. And also, I know him in person once I meet him.
Oh, really?
Okay, see, I was in Chimborazo province and I met him. He is small. That's all that I can say.
Short. Very
Yeah,
short.
Short, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else?
It's a very hard work, and he must be um, mar- a legend of Ecuador if he dies.
Okay, it's a hard work that he's doing, and he spent hours picking the ice. It's very hard, very uh, uh, difficult, but he do it because he like it and he want to do this because it's an important activity in the.
I think that for doing that really hard work, he should earn more money than $2. And yes, that.
I think that
Okay.
that the Iceman is a work very important for the culture of Chimborazo.
I once went to Chimborazo to a museum, and there is a statue of him with a block of ice, and I met him outside the museum, and he is a really nice person. It was a nice experience.
As I said, we are going to talk about Chimborazo province. Let's read.
Okay. There, Chimborazo province. The area next to Bolivar is Chimborazo province, named after the volcano that wars its plateau. Bordering provinces are Tungurahua to the north, Cañar to the south, Morona Santiago to the east, and Bolivar and Guayas to the west. Ecuador's highest mountains are found in the province: Chimborazo, Tungurahua, Carihuayrazo, and Altar. A climatic contrast is found in Chimborazo. The valleys lying at 3,000 meters above the sea level must have an average temperature of 13 centigrades, while the western valleys in the lowlands have an average temperature of 20 centigrades.
The volcanic nature of the province accounts for the important ecological reserve of Sangay National Park. Its extensive area overlaps into the provinces of Tungurahua and Morona Santiago. Sangay is an active volcano in permanent eruption. The park protects mountain habitats typical of the highlands and of the rainforest. The highlands area is dotted with the crater lakes of Atillo and also Goche, thermal springs and typical paramo vegetation. On the other hand, the lowlands are rich in humid forests with orchids and huge trees, especially cedar, mahogany, and camphor. In the year 1983, Sangay National Park was declared a worldwide national heritage of humanity.
Okay, yeah. The wildlife of volcanoes of Chimborazo, Tungurahua, and Carihuarazo has been declared the Chimborazo Fauna Reserve in an effort to avoid extinction of its marsupial mice, moorland deer, puma, and birds in danger of extinction.
Okay. Chimborazo offers different kinds of attractions, from outdoor activities to historical visits and folkloric celebrations. Visitors arrange excursions to the ecological areas of the snow-capped peaks. Fishing is available in the lakes of Osogoche and Colta. The railroad destination of Nariz del Diablo is a must among visitors. On-site archaeological ruins can be seen at Junín and Guano. The capital city, Riobamba, keeps a colonial outlook that is enhanced by its circular cathedral and the Religious Art Museum of Concepts and colorful cobblestone street. Museums in Riobamba display important archaeological and natural history, colonial and modern art collections.
Folkloric gatherings take place on April 21st for the anniversary of Riobamba's founding, the religious celebration of Corpus Christi, and the typical patron saint's day. Foreign tourists especially enjoy watching the Saturday Indigenous Market Day.
Chimborazo is facing the challenge of integrating its indigenous population to active political and social roles in the public life of the country. At the same time, the limited economic conditions of the rural agrarian population are causing strong waves of migration. The abandonment the homeland is making the native culture start to disappear.
Okay. In the Chimborazo province, the capital city is Riobamba. The average temperature is of 13 to 20 grade centigrade. The folkloric gatherings are the Patron Saint Day and Riobamba's foundation. We have religious celebrations like the Corpus Christi. And some natural attractions like the Sangay National Park, Chimborazo Fauna Reserve, and the Socoche and Cota lakes. We have two touristic attractions like Nariz del Diablo, snow-capped mountains, thermal springs, Saturday Indigenous Market, the Riobamba, that's a city, museums, archaeological ruins, and at Junín and Guano. And the highest mountains of the province is Chimborazo, Tungurahua, and Cariguairazo, and Teltar.
Okay, excellent. Who can share with us any experience that you have in Chimborazo province?
Okay, once I went to Riobamba. It was a really nice experience. I went there because my aunt is living there. So, and I think that it is really, really, really cold. It is a really cold city. I don't know. Most of the time, I think that. Well, what else? As I told you, I met Baltasar Ushka, the Iceman. I went to the museum also. And I don't remember how was the name of that part of the province where is the museum, but it is a really nice museum. It is not too big, but it is really nice, really interesting to see what they have. They have kind of historical documents and those kind of things. I don't know. I found it interesting. And what else? As a city, Riobamba is really nice, but it is just another normal city. It doesn't have much to see more than ordinary things, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Andres, go ahead.
The Chimborazo is very important. The culture is very important in Ecuador.
So guys, nice to see you. See you on Friday. I love you so much. Bye-bye.